For many years, I led a small group of women in a Bible study group. We called ourselves the Bible Babes. In that time, we did dozens of studies together. The following reading is from a homework assignment I gave the group back in August of 2005. What Happens When We Die by Kathy Doby. At the very moment of death of the human flesh, my spirit will take wing. I believe I will soar light and free, unencumbered by the weight of myself, my body. Like a snake shedding its skin, I'll pull away from this earthly vessel that has bound me, and I will feel more like myself than I ever felt before. Weightless, carefree, excited. There'll be a sense of peace and joy, of happiness. I'll be free of pain and hurt and sadness. I'll be completely surrounded and wrapped in love. I'll feel safe and protected. I'll be aware of my surroundings. I will know how and why I died, but I will be unafraid. I will not judge. I will not reason. I'll just be. I will see those around me and feel love for them, not worry or concern. I will not feel alone. I will have no concept of time, minutes, hours, days, so I'm not sure how quickly I will ascend to heaven. I'll be ready to go, but if it's my choice, I may want to linger for a while with my family to try and comfort them in their time of sorrow. Be a presence that I think they'll be able to feel. And when it's time for me to meet Jesus, I will instinctively know where to go and how to get there. It'll be an awesome journey flying through starlit universes behind our little world. The lights, the colors, the sounds will be dazzling. All my sadness will be heightened beyond anything I've ever experienced. There'll be no fear, no regrets. And when I arrive in heaven, I will be greeted by many loved ones, friends who have gone before, waiting for me and know I'm coming. My grandmas will be among the first to greet me, along with my great-grandmas who I never met on earth. What an overwhelming joy it will be to see their faces again, not aged, but youthful and healthy. And all the saints who've gone before me will be cheering my arrival. I'll know them, they'll know me. It'll be a celebration, music and laughing, tears of happiness, no sadness. The surroundings are beautiful, unlike anything on earth in appearance. And when I bow before Jesus' feet, it will be as someone who is returning home after a long, long time. He'll be familiar to me, and I'll know him. He'll be my friend. He'll know my heart, and I'll tell him I love him and ask him to forgive me for any mistakes I made while I was on earth. And he will say, "It's already done. You served me well." He'll hug me and tell me he's proud of me. I'll spend eternity forever praising God and welcoming the friends and family who come after me. My name is Kathy Doby, and I'm a partner at Sycamore Creek Church and a volunteer in the teaching and worship and vision teams. I don't remember what that study was about now, but clearly we were talking about the afterlife and what happens at the moment of death, when we breathe out that last breath of air. Today we are in the beautiful garden at Pray Funeral Home, which is fitting for this sermon, and I want to thank the Pray family for allowing us to be here today. We are in the midst of a sermon series called People of the Light, based on a series by Adam Hamilton, the pastor of the Church of Resurrection. We've been exploring the New Testament book called 1 Thessalonians. That's in the New Testament. It was Paul's first letter to the church in Thessalonica. It's believed to be among the first Christian literature in existence, written just 20 years after Jesus' death and 20 years before the first gospel was written. We learned from Pastor Mark in the first message of the series the mechanics of how Paul went about writing this letter on papyrus paper. And it was a very short book, the equivalent of about 2 typed 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper in length. And today, the message is called The Coming of the King, the second coming of Christ. We're talking deep stuff here. We're going to explore what happens when we die, as it's recorded in Paul's letter to the church in Thessalonica. Paul was writing to a small community of Christians who had started the church in Thessalonica with him. Paul had only been there a short time when he was forced to leave by the opposition. He fled in the night under the cover of darkness before he could be arrested. But some of the other church leaders were arrested and taken in. They were allowed to leave after being questioned, and they were released. Well, let's just pause there for a second and think about that. Sit on that idea that you could start a church and be arrested for doing it. That's difficult for us to fathom such a thing in this day and age, even though there are still places in the world in 2023 where it's dangerous to be a Christian. Proclaiming a belief in Jesus Christ could cost you your life in certain areas. And it leads us to this first chat question. Take a moment, think about it, ask someone around you this question. Have you ever been in a situation or place where you felt uncomfortable or even unsafe because of your faith?